As you guys already stated, the weather did push back the game yesterday, but that did not stop the Eagles of taking the win and outlasting Campbell, of taking control of the series, now 1-0. Now, head coach Ronnie Hinton stated that he believes that they played good in all phases yesterday. He wants to stay consistent at bat and make sure defensively to have no errors and play clean to potentially win this series this afternoon, guys. College basketball is back, with it being the first game here in Hainer Fieldhouse. The Eagles have high expectations from the numbers of last year, but head coach Anita Howard said that they're not going to live in the past, they're going to live in the present. Even though Allen is a non-conference game, they're going to make sure every single game the Eagles are going to come in to dominate, whether it's non-conference or conference, David. Coach, you talked about how you wanted to get that early momentum in the beginning of the game. You did just that, getting that first goal. How do you continue that in the second half of the game?
Coach, one of the biggest games that you love is Pack Out the House / Senior Day, which is coming up in February against Coastal Carolina. How important is that day to make sure, even though, you know, Breast Cancer Awareness Month is October, but in season for basketball, you always do it in February. So how important is to honor the people that had it and that currently do?
Yeah, I think it's huge.
Now, Dave, you've already said the last time meeting for these two teams was January 10th, and the Herd won by 5 points, and Moore made his career high of 34 points. Now, for Georgia Southern, their head coach, Charlie Henry, said that he wants to make sure that they get better stops and to make sure that play off the glass better. Now, for Marshall, Dan D'Antoni, their head coach, said that he wants to make sure they guard as well as they can, because those threes go in for Georgia Southern. David and Dan, you guys have already talked about it, the new opportunities that were made for coaches and players, and they just had 22 new players and 3 coaches added to their team this year. Coach stated that he was going to stay around, he wasn't going nowhere, and as he really said, was the old man was still hanging around. With having so many new players and coaches, it's really to be building a new army for them. Coach Hare knows that they have talent, and now it's just time to execute it. And Coach Hare feels like it's just his first year of being head coach again, guys. David, we know the last time the Cougars were here in Statesboro was in 2012, and the last time the Eagles and the Cougars played was in 2021, and the Cougars took the sweep. Their head coach, Jason Kempner, stated that the biggest thing he wants to see from his team is to be consistent during all sets, knowing that the Eagles are going to be consistent during this game. The junior Nate Martin has 14 double-doubles on this season. He actually had a triple double-double against Old Dominion on February 1st. Martin is ranked 5th in the nation with 248 rebounds, and as you stated, David, he has a big impact on rebounds with averaging 10 per game. The freshman comes from a family where basketball runs in their blood, David. His dad, Jimmy, played for Stetson from 1985 to 88. His uncle Ed played for Penn State from 1976 to 79, and another uncle Don played for Florida State from 1976 to 81. Now his sister is currently, Quinn, is a part of the gymnastics team for Clemson, and they call each other before every meet and before every game to talk. Now it's very hard for their parents to go back and forth from games just due to the season. And it's very hard because they don't get to see each other. Now, Cool didn't start playing basketball until actually 7th grade, and before that he played soccer and swim in middle school. He was always around basketball growing up, so it was meant for him to play basketball, guys. Tidwell, you made a new career high of points of 18. What could you say about your performance today?
Really just trusting my work.
Freshman from Dallas, Georgia, Ruby Kelly has, I'm pretty sure now, 33 saves. Before this game was 31 and has 4 shutouts this season. Coach Gore stated that she's dangerous to the game and she has a great transition to college. She continues to show up and wanting to get better, Danny.